Hi guys, it is Netta, of course, and thanks so much for tuning into my channel. Today we are going to be talking about navigating your dating life in your late 20s, early 30s, in 2025. We're going to be starting off with some of the struggles involving technology. Starting off with dating app fatigue. I don't know about anybody else, but I know some of my homegirls and myself have tried dating apps before and they're getting a little bit overrated. Sometimes you just get too many matches to even go through. Another thing is once you match with someone and you connect, the conversation is pretty dead or it just doesn't go anywhere because you guys are just on two different pages and it's very clear. Another issue that comes along with meeting people online is ghosting, because that happens very often. It's like the first initial days are like flowers and gumdrops, and then after a week, everything just starts to, like, once the excitement is gone and things die down, people tend to forget about other people and move on to someone else. Number 3, when regarding technology, is catfishing or misrepresentation. I don't know if you've ever watched someone make a dating profile in front of you and literally seen them exaggerate and falsify their life, but it happens more than you think it does. Then over time, you figure out that things are not adding up and some things that they said were a little misleading and you actually want to get on up out of there. So moving up out of the technology problems, let's get into the communication and emotional availability. A lack of emotional maturity is something that a lot of us women run into these days, because sometimes it's definitely hard to find a guy that's good at communicating and who can be open and vulnerable and honest about their feelings. In addition to communication and emotional maturity, I would like to add on the fear of commitment. You will find that a lot of guys are saying, oh, I want to focus on my career, or now's not a good time. But when is the right time? When is the right time? Sometimes you just have to make the time the right time. You're just scared. Let's talk about this because this is a big one. A change in gender roles. That's something that's popping up a lot lately. To put it nicely, we can say that genders these days have evolving expectations. I would say the gender norms are shifting because you can find a lot of softer guys who want to know what a woman is bringing to the table, which if you are planning on growing with this person, that's, understandable. But a lot of guys are like, what do you have? What can you offer me? What can you give me? And it's just a little sassy. For real, it's coming off as a little sassy. Okay? Y'all forget about buying girls flowers and actually courting them, because it seems like nowadays y'all want to be courted. Yeah. I think this whole revolution they had of women proposing to men has gone to their heads, because I think now everybody's waiting for their woman to propose to them, and it ain't happening over here. Another thing is that independence is so misunderstood. You will find a lot of women who are strong and independent, and a man will look at them and be like, oh, she don't need nobody. But just because I don't need you doesn't mean I don't want you. And just because I'm strong doesn't mean at moments I don't want to be soft. I don't want to have to figure everything out by myself, for myself. Sometimes you just want to tell your problems to your man and just know that he's going to take care of it. I don't know if I've been numbering these things, but we're going to jump right into societal pressures. A lot of women definitely get asked the question, when are you going to have kids? When are you going to get married? And it's like, y'all, I don't know. Did y'all know? I typically don't get asked the question when I'm going to have kids anymore because I have a son. But a lot of friends my age that don't have kids already get asked that question at most family events. Another thing is some people may get judged for being too picky just for having set standards. If a woman has someone in mind that has specific alignments to their life, I don't think that they should be called too picky or stubborn or selfish because they have certain boxes they want checked off. Also, in today's day and age, safety plays a big part in dating nowadays. Online dating, just like any other dating, can have its risks, but that first encounter can be very nerve-wracking and a little bit scary, especially with everything going on. If you do finally decide to take that step in meeting in person, make sure you do some safety protocols, like definitely make sure your friends or family have your location. Another thing is having one of your friends secretly be in the same place as your date, so they can see you in person, they can see him in person, and can identify him with no problem. I would definitely like to say before meeting anyone in person for the first time, you guys should definitely try to set up some boundaries. Let he or she know what you are comfortable with and what you are not comfortable with. Make sure your boundaries are heard and respected before you even consider meeting that person in person. Another thing is cultural and global factors. Right now I think that it's pretty easy to date outside of your race, although it may be a problem within your family or within your tight-knit community. But I do feel like it's more acceptable these days to be with someone of a mixed race or outside of your race. I'm not saying it's easy. You may get some backlash, but dating in your late 20s, I feel like it's time to experience people, experience different cultures, and learn more about the world and yourself. And don't just limit your surroundings to what other people want you to. Mental health can definitely impact dating in your late 20s or early 30s. The number one thing you should do for your mental health when it comes to dating is shoot down any overthinking and any anxiety. A first date is a first date for him as well as it is for you. So do not overthink everything. He's probably just as nervous and want to make a good first impression just like you. Another thing that can help your mental health is try not to burn out. Sometimes you can get overloaded and overwhelmed with all of the matches you get, and just because something's not sticking and you're not finding that person within the first month, 3 months, 6 months, or a year, don't give up. Give yourself a little break, focus on yourself, regroup, and try it again. It's okay to take breaks. Don't just think that you're going to meet someone within the first 24 hours. Here are just some tips for women navigating dating in their late 20s and early 30s in 2025. Set boundaries early. Let them know what you are looking for, your intentions, your expectations, and filter out any incompatible matches. Next is prioritize self-growth. If you notice that you're the type of person that sleeps with men and then you typically lose the connection instantly after that, try things a little bit different. Give yourself that 60-day rule or the 3-date rule. Next is leveraging your technology wisely. If you are really looking for someone to get connected with, you should find apps that are personality based, not just a quick left or right swipe. You should find an app that focuses on personality traits, things in your future, boundaries, and ones with verifications and safety guidelines. The last and most important thing would be to stay safe. I gave you guys a couple of tips earlier in the video on how to stay safe, and I hope you guys really take those into consideration. Don't forget to tell people your every move with this stranger. Okay, because these people are still a stranger. There has been a story in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I'm not from Bridgeport, but I'm from Connecticut. And a girl named, I think her name was Lauren. And if not, I'm just going to bleep out what I just said. She was a younger African American woman, I would say in her mid to late 20s, who went on a date with a semi-older Caucasian male who mysteriously ended up dead in her own home. And he had the help of someone to help cover his tracks, and I still don't think he has been convicted of her murder. But let's not end this story on a sad note. I'm just trying to tell you guys to stay safe, and I hope you guys find that one in 2025. And if not, I hope you guys find some self-growth and love. Have a good one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys later. Bye.